terms of what? What do you focus on about the future?
No, I'm a little bit more in the present.
You're more in the present.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yes, it's hard not to be when the child is screaming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brings you into the present.
Yeah.
I see. And so what would you do if he was more present? What would you do together? What would you experience together? Is he present right now?
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Yes, to enjoy every day more together, because we are together every single day, but we need to be really in the moment.
Yeah.
So what makes you feel most loved?
That
Is it the way he looks at you? Is it what he says to you? Is it things he does for you? What makes you feel most loved?
the thing that he said to me.
When he says he loves you?
Yeah.
Certain tone of voice, certain way of looking at you while he does it?
Yeah.
So just do it like this, go. I love you, see how it works.
I love you.
I love you too.
Now, do it the way she'll feel it.
You're the most important thing in my world, and I love you more than anything.
Oh, there we go. That was well done. Let's do it even better. You're a little rushed. Look at her face when I said that.
Yeah, because he always rush with everything. No, with everything. I mean, almost everything.
You gotta get stuff done.
Everything?
No, everything.
So, this is wonderful. It's opening up lots of seeds. So let me just have you capture something right now. Our experience of life is not life. Our experience of life is what our brain distorts, generalizes, and deletes. We're always generalizing, distorting, and deleting. We don't actually experience life. Otherwise, all of us would have an event and see and feel the exact same thing, and we don't. We see things, feel things differently. There are millions of things going on in this room right now, millions. People moving, breathing, temperatures, smells, sounds, your clothing touching you in different places at different times, your heart beating. There are millions of things you could focus on. If you try to focus on everything, you go crazy. Your conscious mind can only focus on a small number of things. It's usually called plus or minus 4 to 7 items to give you an idea that your brain can handle. Like if you ever try to drive a stick shift car before you knew how to do it, in the beginning I gotta do this and this, I gotta watch the road too, no way. But eventually, driving the car becomes one chunk of focus because you automate a lot. And now you can drive the car and you can think about something else and you can read your text, hopefully not, and a bunch of other things simultaneously. So for each of us, we've got to be able to figure out how to lock in what we want. So I want to give you a way to start to succeed more with her by understanding more of what she needs. She wants presence, and most men don't know what that is. You did a beautiful job. He was sincere, told her she's the most important thing in life, and it worked. But it was so quick. She wants you to linger. Am I right? Look at her, yeah. And you're not much of a lingerer because you're rushing off to your fears. But you can still go handle those things and those issues, and you can address them fully, but you gotta be able to shut them off and just be with her. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to look at her. What just happened? Look at the feeling she has. And how many can see the tears in the edge of her eyes here? He didn't say a word. What
Because
do you feel?
I could see him through his eyes, his whole
What could you feel?
love.
Love.
And he's really special, honest, sincere. Sincere.
Yes. And then it pulled you to him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Most of you aren't taking the time to even do this for yourself, much less for your spouse or for your children. We're all so rushed around trying to solve the things that are going to make us be somebody. And we're forgetting the somebodies that are right next to us who already know that we're somebody. People that love us and that we love, or those that we could love, with just a little bit of presence. How did that feel to you?
Yeah, it felt intense and great. Amazing.
Yes. How did it feel to have her come to you instead of you have?
That was full on. That was amazing. Yeah.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
How powerful was that?
Amazing.
You didn't change anything except you went into a place of what you love.
Yeah.
And your focus was not on yourself. What I said to him is, look into her eyes and stop thinking about yourself and how you're coming across. So when he's thinking about himself and is she loving, am I getting through to her? He's not with her. So all I had him do is say, look in her eyes, feel her heart and soul. Do not think about yourself and say these things over and over in your head to keep yourself focused. I love you. I will take care of you forever. Look at us smiling when we say those words. Look at that, right? And all of a sudden, the connection is there. I want you to see that your biggest problem can be solved in a millisecond of presence. That everything you want is already inside you. You did not come to me for me to give you some great gift. You are the gift. You just have forgotten that you're the gift. And that gift can be so beautiful if we can come back to the present moment.
What you just witnessed was a transformation on the part of Tim, the Australian business owner, as he realizes that the extreme focus he was putting on himself and his business was creating a distance between him and his partner. But as we know all too well, intimate relationships are a two-way street, and they're not where you go to get, they're where you go to give. Now the question is, what is Juliana going to give? How can she show him that he's the most important person in the world to her?
Now, do you bring him the presence when the child is there? When your child is there, does he have your presence?
No.
So you want him present, but not you, right? Something that doesn't have separation, that isn't about what I'm getting or not getting, or you're not doing, but instead bringing here, then the question is, what does he need from you? He needs your aliveness and your radiance, which is hard when you've been all day long dealing with the things you've been doing. But if you're wanting him to shut everything off and be present, then you got to also be able to bring your radiance to him and let go and make him the most important thing, like you want to be as well. And one of the biggest challenges that's happened in the last 2 decades in cultures and Western culture is most of us have put our kids ahead of our partners. Now kids expect they should be the center of attention, and now they're adults, and they aren't the center of attention all the time. So now they go to technology to be the center of attention or control, but technology will never fulfill you by itself. It'll give you, it's like sugar, and make you feel good for the moment, but it doesn't last. You can search and let your brain escape and go on the web and let your brain go to mush, and it feels good to let go, but it won't fulfill you long term. So if you want what you long term, you're gonna have to decide where to put your focus, and your children is the mistake. I love my children. I have 4 kids. I adore them. But they all know that they're second to Sage, always. And you know what's amazing about that? That does not make them feel second. It makes them feel like their parents so love each other that the place they're around is alive and joyous and happy, and it shows them how to make a relationship work. But when you put your kids first, it's the highest intent. It's like, I want to put them first, I want to take care of them. We're doing something bigger than ourselves. But what you do is you destroy their future, because what they see is a relationship that is completely separate, and what they unconsciously have is fear all the time, because they know this is not a stable place. So if you wanted to make a shift in